Hello everyone, this is the post-game retrospective for the constructed deck. If you've seen the previous video with the playset, you saw that it actually not only won the game, but it actually fulfilled its core function. The plan worked. So I think there are only minor edits needed, but I do think there are two that we should do. First off, the shifter of hues was kind of a holdover from the previous, the sealed draft version of the deck where things were much more vulnerable and I was much more expecting Radagast to hide in Roscoble. While I do want to spend a turn or two gathering allies, I think the last game demonstrated amply just how powerful it can be to get him out and gathering, especially Lobelia and or Tom Bombadil. So I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'm going to get rid of the Wood Elves. They were in the deck primarily because I was, at least for a while, considering not including Gatherer of Loyalties and having a faction that was worth 2 points without the need for that. Especially since the kind of party that contains Calendal is most likely going to be hanging around trying to get items rather than factions. I also do think we got the two marvels told in the sideboard, but I'm going to put a Voices of Malice in the main deck. We didn't get what's it called? We didn't get the Palantir until the very bottom of the deck, and we kind of lucked through it, but we were very vulnerable to permanent events, so I want to put in a little more protection. And I'm trying to mentally decide between another faction and another protective card. I'm sort of now I realize only 6 faction points is kind of light, but we're pretty well balanced. I think we've got both 13 for both items and allies. I'm not going to store this. 7, 11, 13, actually 14 with the Barrow Blade. I'm not counting the Sapling of the White Tree because at least we're intending to play the White Tree. And that will discard. Where is it? That will discard the sapling. Oh, I thought it. I'm sure it's in the errata somewhere that it discards the sapling. I know it's 2 for 5, and we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13 points of allies. So the allies are not usually a major source of points, but this deck is built so that they are. So I do think that we don't really need the factions, and these 3 are in here primarily to make it easier to play our Girdle of Radagast. Plus, actually, this deck, again, I don't normally go in big for miscellaneous points, but theoretically, we can play 11 miscellaneous points worth of stuff. So I think we should add in a Dark Quarrels. Just, another protective card. Other than that, though, I was quite happy with the way the deck worked out, so I don't think I'm going to be making too many changes here. Anyway, hope you found this enjoyable and informative.